Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. Today I'm not in my normal location, unfortunately. Unfortunately, due to some issues or unfortunate circumstances, I actually had to come back to New York to take care of some stuff. Um, One of the things is basically I didn't get a chance, unfortunately, to fully watch the Formula One as well as watch any sports for the past couple of days, quite honestly, more than anything else. Um, Today is the 5th of July, of course. And if you've watched my channels, watched my videos, I made a sort of, well, not sort of, but I made a resolution that every week, at least once a week, I would do a live stream of anything of that nature of what I was going to be talking to. Unfortunately, I don't have a what's that called a microphone, unfortunately, because like I said, it's back home. I don't have one right now on me, so I'm using essentially this thing. It's an old Jabra. Sorry, Jabra is an inside joke with someone else I used to know, used to talk with. It's a Jabra headphones with with an internal mic basically. I should look for something else. I should find a mic somewhere around here, but unfortunately I don't have one, and I'm not going to be here until for sure. I'm only going to be here for a short time anyway, so there's no reason for me to have it. One of the things is basically it's what I should talk about. I'm not sure what I should talk about, honestly. Outside of the fact that Formula One, we know how it was. We know if Verstappen Max was going to be in first place, he was going to win. That was a given, I think. Uh, I'm not sure what else to say, to be honest with you, because it's more of a case where like this is definitely Verstappen's year. He's definitely going to win. Him not winning would be a complete surprise, I think, to everyone. Quite honestly, more than anything else. If he did lose, I mean, the only way he loses, put it this way, the only way he loses is if it's a case where like he does not qualify or does not finish in the next 4 or 5 races. That's the only way this happens, basically. That's the only way that happens for him, basically, where he does not win and it becomes a closer race, is if he does not essentially, if he does not finish that point, and then it brings up to the point of everyone else coming into that. It brings the ability for everyone to jump in and essentially more so, with Checo, Sergio Perez, and possibly what's his name, or now Alonso. I mean, one of the differences is like, of course, Verstappen winning, of course, and then but Leclerc surprisingly number 2, and then Sergio Perez number 3 kind of throws it off. So Max is pretty much going to be clear runner, not runner, but clear winner. I mean, I am so sorry, I'm just out of it right now. Sergio Perez, Lando Norris finished number 4. 5 was Alonso. It's surprising that Hamilton finished number 8 while Russell finished 7th. Honestly, it was a surprise in and of itself. More so because the fact is honestly, I thought maybe it was gonna be between Hamilton and Alonso for the number 3 spot. I knew that basically Sergio Perez is going to be there in the top, on the podium. I didn't think he was going to be number 3, to be quite honest with you. I thought he was going to be in the second place or something like that. But that was a bit of a surprise as well too. And for those, in any case, that's one thing. The other aspect is as well too. Sorry, my browser just froze up on me. I don't know why it froze up on me, but it is what it is, unfortunately. The other thing I was going to talk about is basically, oops, sorry. God damn it. There's a lot of things going on today. Like it's just one hectic week after another. To be quite honest, I apologize for that. Quite honestly, the other aspect is as well too is with what's his name, Damian Lillard looking to be traded. He requested a trade from Portland. Where should he go off to? It's a interesting question in and of itself. I don't know where he should be traded off to. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of teams that would want to pick him up. As a Knicks fan, I would love to have him come over, but the fact is we have Jalen Brunson, so there's no purpose for it. I don't know where else he should go to. There's talks of now, like the Philadelphia 76ers looking to trade, Harden, James Harden. The Clippers are definitely in the mix of, wanting to get him. The Knicks are also in there too. I don't think the Knicks should go for him, honestly, because like they shouldn't give up much if they need to. If Harden were to go to the Clippers, it'd be interesting to see where it'd be Kawhi, PG, Westbrook, and Harden, all three to get, all four, sorry. It'd be interesting to see what happens there, how that works out from that perspective, honestly. I don't know how that's going to work out. Outside of that, I don't know what else is going on here. My machine, I think, is running a bit slow, so I could see that my I don't know, whatever it is. I think this is because of the stream, because the fact is where I'm at. I don't know if I'm going crazy. I'm sorry. I'm just all over the place, unfortunately. This is not a day for me to actually stream. I shouldn't be streaming live. I shouldn't even be talking or creating a video, but I might as well figure just keep my mind distracted a little bit. Anyways, back to Lillard and Harden. Harden that wants to, be traded. Great, let him be traded. Where should he be traded off to? I don't know. If he goes to the Clippers, great. Let him go to the Clippers. Honestly, let Ballmer screw it up even more. I mean, Ballmer thought he got the Clippers and he could bring them up to whatever it is. It's not happening. Honestly, if I'm Ballmer, if I'm the Clippers GM, start from scratch. Just rebuild. Unfortunately, it's going to have to happen. You're going to have to rebuild from scratch. It's kind of sucky, but yeah, you're going to have to do that. I would just trade off Kawhi and PG, get some draft picks, get some draft capital, considering how much you traded for PG. I don't know what you're going to get out as a result of it. And Westbrook, I would not resign him. Let someone other team resign him. But with that, I'll leave it at that from that perspective. From the aspects of the Formula One aspect, again, as I said, basically come back to Formula One. I mean, you got Max Verstappen, who's in first place. Of course, Sergio Perez number 2, Alonso in third place. He's got 131 points, and you've got Lewis Hamilton, who's got 106 points. So it looks like if things go the way they go, basically, it looks like for sure Alonso is going to get the third spot. Hamilton's not going to get anything. It kind of sucks for him. It looks like it's going to be between Alonso and Perez, probably in this case. I mean, Perez hasn't done really well, quite honestly, for the past couple of races outside of this race. Let's leave it at that. I'm going to be. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in the UK's Silverstone's race and see what happens there. Also, what was I looking at? Constructors Cup. Red Bull has it pretty much. That's it. This is Red Bull's year. They all have it. The question is now this number 2 spot. Mercedes is leading by 3 points. It all depends on how that works out as well too. Aston Martin's down by 2, down by 3. Like they're 175 while Mercedes is 178. Ferrari's at 154. Ferrari could jump into the number 3 spot as well too. Quite honestly, if they do really well to the point where, if Ferrari strings in a couple of 2-3 podiums for the next couple of races, let's see, Great Britain, Hungary, Belgium, and Netherlands, and Italy. If they can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, if they can get the 2-3 spots, I mean, respectively, Leclerc and Sainz both getting the 2-3 spots for the next 5 races, they'll look for them to be in the hunt for the number 3, number 2 spot as well too in the Constructors' Cup. Outside of that, yeah, it's kind of surprising. Yeah, I'm not sure where else to discuss at this point. It's been 9 minutes, unfortunately, and I haven't talked much about it. Let me take a look at the news, because I've been out of it for quite a while, actually, to be quite honest, so I don't know where I'm at right now. Let me see, news-wise. Well, yeah, outside of the fact that the Mets, they're on a winning streak, surprisingly. I mean, it caught me off guard a little. I'm like, whoa, the Mets are on a winning streak. But I'm not I'm not looking at it as something like, hey, this is a bright spot. It's just one of many that doesn't really help them out in the long run. Honestly, I would love to see the Knicks do something. Not the Knicks, the Mets to do something they're saying basically there's been talks of like should Scherzer and Verlander be traded off, as well as Kana and Marte. I would say yes, trade them all four. Basically, trade all four for some like serious prospects. Verlander, Scherzer. I think it's more of a case of like some people are thinking is like the Mets aren't truly out of it per se, because the fact is I think they're about. Let me see where their understandings. The wild card spot. I think they're like 8 or 9 games out of the wild card spot, if I remember correctly, for the last wild card spot. Let me see where they're at right now. Actually, wild card. Yeah, the Mets are pretty much six. Okay, they're 6.5 games out of the last spot for the wild card spot. Well, it's the Marlins. The Dodgers are ahead. Philadelphia has the last spot, and they're tied with the Giants as well as the Brewers. So it'd be interesting to see how that works out as well, too, how that dynamic works out. The Pirates are 5.5 games, while the Padres are 6. The Cubs are 6, and the Mets are 6.5. So unless the Mets start seriously winning some games between now and the end of August, I don't think that's happening. Honestly, I'm being realistic, unfortunately. Scherzer's now getting a little bit hotter than normal, as well as Verlander. So I think it's more of a case where trade those two off, as well as Carrasco. Trade all three of them off, as well as Marte, as well as Kana. I don't think that the Mets could do anything with them, basically. So I think it's time to trade them all off, quite honestly. Okay, I see that the Mets have actually gotten Chris Flexen and Trevor Gott from the Mariners. I got to read this out a little bit. Let's see. Sorry about that. Well, that was on the third up. Sorry, I haven't paid attention. So yeah, I have acquired Chris Flexen and Trevor Gott from this in exchange for Zach Muckernern. Flexen's going to be a DFA, and I guess Gott was what the main purpose of it was. Yeah, they were looking for Gott basically because like Robertson, Smith, Bingham, and Ottavino can't hold it off on their own. Who knew that relief pitching was going to be the biggest thing at this point, considering that the Mets starting staff. I mean, it should have made sense because the fact is, let's not forget, Verlander and Scherzer, 38 and 40 respectively, they're not going to last that long. So like you had to like use your bullpen at that point. So like I'm surprised they didn't like try to stack them up at that point. Quite honestly, it's kind of a surprise at that point. Sorry, I'm just looking at stuff. This is one of those times where I'm truly unprepared. I'm kind of pissed off. The fact is, like the Mets, when they traded away J.D. Davis, they got nothing in return. And what happened? They got Ruff, who they let go. And what happens? J.D. Davis is now thriving with the Giants. I mean, when he was hot, the Mets had the opportunity to trade him and get some serious prospects. Now they got nothing in return, and it's nothing. I mean, it's typical of Mets fashion, basically. It's typical Mets. Yeah, honestly, this is not going to be a case where, the Braves are pretty much going to be the clear runners of the East. It's probably going to come down to them and the Marlins. I mean, honestly, the Marlins, I don't think anyone foresaw the Marlins in this situation. I mean, there was some hype in there, but, the fact that the Mets, honestly, I don't know what's going to happen with the Mets, quite honestly. This is not a thing where, this is not their year. I think it's time for a rebuilding year. Try to rebuild and whatever you can. The best you can and get out of them. Basically, I mean, honestly, I don't know what to do. It's not their year. Let's be blunt. This is not their year. If whoever is a Mets fan, you know. Basically, this is not their year. This is pretty much it. Outside of that, I mean, honestly, I was also in the case. Oh, I should also say that I have been. I'll probably create another video of this, but I have been watching. What's that called? I forgot the name of the show. Brave New World on Paramount Plus. The other Star Trek, which is kind of the prequel to the Star Trek of old with Christopher Pike. They kind of break canon a little bit here and there, but then come back to it. I mean, it's one of those things where they're trying to solve and close off loops and holes in other series and such. Honestly, it's not bad per se. At least it's much better, much better than Star Trek Discovery. I can put it that way. It's better than Discovery. Not as good as Picard, of course. Definitely nowhere near the caliber of what TNG was, or Voyager at least was better. I mean, honestly, at least it's a little bit better, much better than Discovery. And Discovery was better than, of course, Enterprise. It'll be interesting to see how the rest of the season 2 plays out. Hopefully it plays out really well, because I mean, it kind of feels it's in the nature of the old Star Trek storytelling, as well as sort of the TNG aspect of things. But it's great if you can sort of still keep it there, but also add a little bit of flavor to it, and that's what they're trying to do. As a Star Trek fan, it's put it this way, I'm not entirely disappointed with it when I was with Discovery, basically. But outside of that, it's pretty good. Do I highly recommend it? No. Do I recommend maybe watching the first season? Yeah, but I would say if this is not a case where, like with Paramount Plus, where you want to pay for it. If you were to get Paramount Plus to pay for something, definitely go for Tulsa King, which is a phenomenal show. Tulsa King, 1923, the prequel to Yellowstone, which is a pretty good show. I'm surprised that Yellowstone is not on Paramount Plus. It'd be great if it was. 1883 wasn't bad, but it wasn't great either. I wasn't excited about it, put it that way, as 1923 is. It'll be interesting to see some other shows that are coming on Paramount Plus, quite honestly. Paramount. Sorry, I'm going to look at some of the shows that are going to be on Paramount Plus. The one thing I am looking forward to, if Paramount Plus does show this and has it on there, I would love to see, I'm anticipating the final season of Billions. I mean, that's going to be a great thing to watch. I'm hoping it's going to be there on Paramount Plus. If it's not, I might have to, of course, get in and watch I'm on Paramount Plus's website. Get in and watch Showtime. Subscribe to Showtime. It would be great if I could just put it on Paramount Plus. That'd be great, because it's already there. Some of the shows, I mean, honestly, I'm hearing good things about Yellow Jackets. I would love to watch Yellow Jackets, but I guess, again, it's on Showtime. I don't know how this is going to work out. I don't want to subscribe to Showtime just to watch, that. But I might just have to. Outside of that, yeah, I would say, yeah, if Paramount Plus gives you the ability to essentially watch Showtime shows, then yes, I would get Paramount Plus. But if it doesn't allow you at that point, then honestly, hold off. Just use it as a sort of, what would you say, sort of trial, and binge on that trial basically, the trial period. Binging on, again, Tulsa King, 1923, 1883 if you want to. Picard, of course, Strange New Worlds if you want to watch Strange New Worlds. Surprisingly, on their site, it doesn't list all the shows. Okay, here it is. I was going to say, it's like, where are all the shows listings? It doesn't list it on their website, but now I finally see it. Neighborhood SEAL Team, Ghost. I've heard stuff about Ghost, but I haven't really watched it. Originals. Let's see what the originals are. SEAL Team, I've heard. I have not really watched it. I'm not going to watch it. Discovery, like I said, I'm looking at some of the stuff right now. 1923, 1883. I'm not watching any of the All-Star or the Real World stuff that's so 2000s now. I wouldn't even bother to watch it. I don't know if anyone else has any recommendations of some Paramount shows I should be watching. That'd be great. Mayor of Kingstown looked interesting. I haven't gotten a chance to watch it. I did watch first half, not the first half. I was watching The Offer, but then I went off somewhere else. Similar to Rabbit Hole, it seemed interesting, but I haven't heard anything about it lately, so I don't know about that. I do got to say that I do have to watch Star Trek Lower Decks and see that. I'm hearing really good, decent things about it, to be honest. Similarly to not only to Lower Decks, but also what was the other show? I don't know if I've heard good stuff about Joe Pickett, to be honest with you. I am kind of curious to see what The Family Stallone looks like. It looks like it's just, following Sylvester Stallone's family and all that stuff. I don't know if it's a wise idea to do that, but I don't know, maybe. Who knows? Yeah, it looks like I've been just like rambling on and on, basically. Whatever it may be. I'm sorry about that. Apologies on that part. It's one of those things where I might have been paying attention entirely, so, in that situation. I apologize. This is one of those times where I should probably, maybe tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, I might live stream something proper. This is one of those things where I shouldn't have live streamed. I'll probably also create another video in relation to the Formula One, the results, maybe get a little bit more specifics. Unfortunately, with YouTube, I can't show clips. It's always hitting me up with copyright and just puts off as partially blocked. So I don't think I'm going to do that. Unfortunately, I'll have to show some stills or something like that of that nature. Similarly, with the Damian Lillard and the NBA itself, basically, I haven't really talked about the draft itself, but I don't think there's much to talk about the draft. I mean, the Spurs definitely won out on that trade. And you know what? I might start doing some tech-related stuff at this point as well, too. Some tech videos. And maybe on this channel or maybe on another channel. I think I might create another channel, aka with another account, and start doing all tech-related stuff in that channel, basically. This one might just be general stuff, like in general, talking about anything and everything. But with that, I'll leave it at that. I apologize again for being uncoordinated. If you are subscribed, I thank you. If you haven't subscribed but do enjoy my other videos and my other content, and my other videos, content, and my channel, I'm not going to include this channel, this video or live stream. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you don't like my videos, don't like my channels, but still like to watch my videos, then please subscribe as well. And with that, I'll leave it at that. As you see, basically, in most of my videos, it's always a case of going in. A lot of the cases, unrehearsed, meaning there's no scripts. More often than not, unfiltered, and definitely unedited. So it's always unedited and for sure unrehearsed. I usually talk off the top of my head, off the cuff, and whatever it may be. So with that, I'll leave it at that. Until next time.